Hey, everybody. Once again, it's Lynn Renee McDonald for Practical Spirituality Live. I just got to clean off my glasses here, and I definitely got a sage. Tonight, what I want to talk to you about with this few minutes is when you are empathic. All right, because if you're spiritual in any way, shape, or form, spiritual meaning you work with love energy, you have spiritual gifts, you feel people's stuff. Spiritual is what is the best word? Working with a higher power, really. Okay, from love energy. So if you are that, you are going to be an empath. When you're an empath, you have all kinds of really, really great gifts, depending on the vibration where you vibrate. Let me see what's the best words here. The vibration where you vibrate as is in terms of being an empath. It's all different levels, and same thing is true with spirituality. So the higher you vibrate, I definitely need this on. my sage, my clearing sage. Thank God for sage, right? Okay. So tonight what we're going to talk about is being an empath. And the higher you vibrate, the more empathic and the more spiritual gifts you have. And it doesn't mean that one person can have more than the other or less than the other, but it does in fact happen that way, okay? If depending on what your soul came in here to do, what you choose to do, whether you're working with God or not, on a conscious level or subconsciously, we're always part of God or love energy. And whether you do it consciously or not, how much you do it, where your soul vibrates, at what level, what you came in here to do, and no level is better than any other level. It's just the space you're in. Like, for example, a lion is a lion, okay? No one's going to sit here and argue that a lion is not a lion, and he doesn't really give a shit. Whether you argue with him or not, he is what he is, okay? So whatever vibration you are at is fantastic. You're all part of the whole ascension movement. You're on your way and always working and being the greatest you that you can be with love energy. Because the second you choose to work with God or love energy 24/7, that's when all your dreams start to happen. Okay? That's when all your great things can come to fruition and you create you to be the greatest you that you can be. Okay? That's all part of the spiritual process. So for tonight, when you're in this process, we're going to talk about being an empath, really. Not all the tools of being an empath, but one specific thing right here, right now is being an empath and picking up other people's energy. When you're super high vibrating and at all different levels, from 0 to 100, let's use this as a chart, 0 to 100. All right, whatever level you are at, you will be picking up energy. The lower you vibrate, the less obvious that it's going to be that you're going to pick up some of that energy, okay? So, because many times the lower you vibrate, you are in that energy space, so you don't really feel it and it doesn't affect you in a different way than, let's say, if you vibrated like way over here as opposed to over here at a higher level of vibration, so to speak. All right. And again, nothing is bad. Nothing is more than, meaning, or better than, so to speak. It is what it is. It's all part of God. It's all part of the process. It's all part of the ascension of the planet. We are all where we're at spiritually, exactly where we're supposed to be with love energy. And it's all designed for the greatest us and the greatest all that is. Okay. So that said, this is what we're going to talk about when energy gets on you and you're empathic. See, I just came back from picking my daughter Madeline and her couple of friends up from the mall. And what happened was, before that, I had a client. Okay. And it's Saturday night, so there's going to be a lot of mall energy. And I had a client before that. And, so, depending on my client's unwellness, I will often, many times, pick up their energy as a healer, and I don't even realize it. And then I was at my shopping center, and I had like 2 or 3 other people there, and I love my sister, but my sister had some kind of stuff going on with her where she was stressing out about a job that she had to get done, okay? So when she's in that space, she'll have crappier energy. So being around her makes it more likely that her energy will suck onto me, kind of a thing. Same thing if I have other people who come in, a lesser density vibration, naturally your soul takes on stuff to help heal it at a subconscious level. That's part of being an empath. Now you can do that consciously, subconsciously, but your soul, the higher you vibrate, all right? And then of course there's a double thing here, because the higher you vibrate, the more likely you are to take on lesser energies as part of a healing process with love energy, okay? And also, the higher you vibrate too, you will shush off stuff from you. In other words, you'll get stuff off of you as well. In other words, you won't allow as much crap on you. However, there are some times when you don't sage or things get on you, and that's what this video is all about, so that you can clear, heal, and change and recognize when you're not really you, when you got somebody else's shit on you, okay? So that's what I'm going to talk about right now tonight, because tonight I had my client stuff on me, and while I love my client dearly, she's great, and whoever my client is, and I love my sister who had some shit on her because she's got some unwell going on there, and of course we pray, clear, heal, and change it. That's what I do. That's all part of what we do. It's all part of universal law. That's part of what I teach, okay? So that said, I had that, and then another girl was at my place who works with me at my shopping center, and so it was a crazy day, lots of wild energies, so lots of shit basically got on me, and a lot of times you don't notice it. You'd be trucking along, and then all of a sudden you get shitty thoughts. Oh, like I remember when I was to give you some examples of when this happens. Here's an example. I went to the courthouse with my daughters for a child support agreement. As you can see, I'm still saging. Can't get enough of this lately, right? So I went to the courthouse for a child support agreement thing. And when I came back home, and this was a long time ago, when I used to work with a particular shaman on the West Coast, whom I absolutely love and adore, who taught me so much and just was fantastic. But she was all part of my growing spiritual journey that my soul called in, right? And I'm super grateful for her. But what happened is I went to court for child support, and when I came home, I started to do some artwork, and I didn't realize it, but I'm sitting down, I'm doing some artwork, and then I realized, oh my God, I'm having like suicidal thoughts. And I'm like, what the fuck is this, right? I'm just like, oh my God, I got all this shit on me. I'm sitting there, I'm drawing, I'm painting, and then I'm starting to think of thoughts of killing my children and burying them in the backyard. And then I'm like, oh my God, I'm like, what the hell is wrong with me? So instantly I get on the phone, I call my shaman up, and she's like, Lynn, she said, what did you do today? I said, look, I'm having all these thoughts. I never have crappy thoughts like this. I'm like, I don't know what the hell is going on, but I'm getting all these unwell feelings, and there's something going on with me. I said, I don't know what's going on. And again, this was years ago. What happened was I went to the court, and what is in court? Court is a lot of unwell people, unwell souls, tormented, murderers, robbers, you name it, all kinds of super unwell, everywhere from abusive stuff. So what happened was, and my shaman, I was so grateful that she told me this, and this is also part of the reason I'm doing this video, because this is super important, because my shaman told me, hey, she said, you picked up the stuff from the courtroom. So I picked up a whole boatload of shitty, unwell energy from the courtroom. And then when I came home to paint and I'm doing my art, and all of a sudden I'm realizing, holy crap, I never have unwell thoughts like this. I never think like this. And then I'm getting all upset because I'm a mom, I have 2 little kids, and here's all these weirdo thoughts about killing them and burying them in the backyard. And I'm like, oh my God, because I'm freaking out about this. So what do? I call my shaman, just like people call me, because this is what I do now. All part of my gifts, right? And that's all part of the process in the spiritual growth as a healer, if you choose to be a healer, and that's what your soul came in to do. A healer, a teacher, and healing is in all ways and in everything, and all that is spiritual is healing, just to let you guys know, okay? So again, what happened is I was getting all these weird thoughts. So obviously I just talked to my shaman, and she's like, oh, you got all this crap. She cleared it off of me. And that's what you do. Ask God to clear, heal, and change all of this stuff that doesn't work for you. Okay. Whatever it is. Okay. Habits, patterns, beliefs from the courthouse, from the courtyard. The other thing you do is protect yourself with stones, black tourmaline, amethyst, clear quartz crystal, great protection stones. Okay. As well as sages, incense, oils, all of these things will super protect you. Okay, my favorite, California white sage, and those little chubby bundles, we sell them at my shop. Okay, but you can get them, anywhere. I just want you to know the tools to how to protect you and keep you well. And of course, always prayer. Talk to God. Prayer is just another communication for talking to God. I don't care what you call it. It's about communication with God or love energy, okay? So ask in spirit to clear, heal, and change all of this and all that has to do with this in my soul and in all I am, be, say, do, and create, and boom, then it is gone. And these tools in 3D world, sage, stones. You can wear stones just like I do on my hands with all my rings. They all have stones in them. Sometimes girls I know put their stones in their bra. So you can do any and all of these things to help protect you. Okay, so these are really great tools for when this stuff happens. And always clear your stuff. The second you notice something's unwell, it's your empathic gifts, which you have to have as part of your spiritual gifts, okay? Because they all go hand in hand. Whatever level you're at, there's lesser levels and higher levels, and lesser meaning not in a negative way, just in a way that a lion is not a tiger or a lion is not a giraffe. It's just being in a different energy space. That's all that means, okay? So that said, that's one of the really great stories of getting unwell energy on you and how it changes what you do in your life. So sometimes you'll get shitty thoughts because it triggers unwellness in your soul, and you'll pick up their stuff, and you're like a sponge, especially if you're spiritual, because your soul naturally clears and heals people on a soul level as well as a conscious soul level, especially if you're doing this work. And people come to you all the time because naturally people will gravitate you on a subconscious towards you on a subconscious soul level, because guess what? You are a healer. Okay, really, that's the truth. Okay, now and especially, even when you don't even realize that you are, your energy is still that. Okay, it's a natural thing that happens when you're a spiritual being. It doesn't mean you have to step up and say, oh, I am a healer. Just roll with what you feel in your heart. Ask God, work with that, and know. And if you don't know, ask God that you do know. Okay, so these are all gifts and tools and things that you need to know, obviously, because Spirit is channeling them through me so that you can be the best you can be and have all the tools you need, so that you don't want to like freak out and murder your kids or feel like that. Like I said, I was in my studio, I was doing my spirit art, I was like in the zone, and then all of a sudden I'm like, what the hell? So you clear, heal, and change all of that, just like I teach. Thanks God for me being free of this. And you use your sages, your stones, you can put them in your bra, you can wear them on your neck. I mean, there's tons of stuff and tons of things that you can do. You can use essential oils. They have ones for grounding, ones for clearing. There's a sage essential oil. My favorite brand is Young Living, unless you have something more custom and higher vibrational, which will happen when people infuse things with stuff, as well as like what we do at my shop and center. So it's not just the brand name, it's higher vibrational stuff, because we put all that super high consciousness of Christ energy or love energy at the highest vibration into our stuff. This is all part of what we do. Okay. So, anyways, so those are tools for you to know and how you can do things with this. Now, another example of being an empath, which just happened to me tonight. I went to the mall. I told you about how I had a client, I had other people coming to my shop, and I'm saging the whole time. But what happens is, before my daughter called me really quick, I forgot to sage in between my client and going to pick her up. And then they came in the car out of the mall. They got a shit ton of energy. That's mall energy. That's not like really high vibrating spiritual energy. It's mall energy. It's like society energy, Now, not all of it, of course. However, any unwellness that they may have picked up now gets into my car. So now I have not only my clients' unwell energy, but I have theirs. And I don't really realize this till I start driving around and acting strangely. I'm putting on the music loud, I'm singing, and I'm like, okay, what is going on here with me? My energy is just wild. And I realize that now I'm like, oh my God, I need to change this, right? And then I got like freaked out by the guy in front of me. He was jacking around, or whoever it was jacking around in the car, being obnoxious, not paying attention, whatever. And I'm like pissed about it. And I'm like, blah, 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 blah. And then I realized, this is not how I normally am. Normally, I just go ask God. I'm like, okay, God, clear, heal, and change all this now. Get this guy. Let me be free of him. I wish him well. Let me be done with this. But the wild side of me got triggered. And that shit happens, especially when you pick up energy and you're super high vibe and you pick up an empathic energy. And you guys know what I'm talking about, okay? So you got to clear, heal, and change that. And I said to them, oh, shit. I said, I'm sorry. I'm like this. Basically, I said, okay. And then I said, clear, heal, and change all of this in me now, please, God. And then I dropped them off at their friend's house. And then my daughter, of course, had a moment because she's like embarrassed that her mom got the shit on her. And she knows what's going on, but her friends don't really, because they're not necessarily in the same spiritual space as she is, because not that they don't vibe where she does. Many times people will vibe with super high vibing love energy, but they're not in that space mentally, spiritually, and in all that they are and in their heart space. Okay. So they don't know really what's going on, where we can say, oh, you picked up somebody's shitty energy or unwell energy. So, anyway, so this is to explain to you the stuff that happens and goes on. So her friends didn't really know, so she was a little bit upset. So I just asked God, so that I don't get upset about it, clear, heal, and change that in me, God, please, now. And in the best way for us and all or something better. And I said, hey, I'll pick you up later, but at the same time, I can't let her shitty or unwell energy get on me. That's not my thing. Anytime it happens, anytime you have huge personality change or weirdo stuff, I'll go somewhere, I'll stop at a gas station, I'll look at a guy way over there, right? And I'll be like, oh my God, and I'll think nothing of it. And then an hour later, I'll start getting like medical things will come in for me. Oh my God, this guy's sick. He's going to have a stroke. He's this, he's that, and I'll be like, holy crap, who is this for? Clear, heal, and change this for me now, God. And thank you, God, for that for me. In the best way for me and all or something better. In my soul and in all I am, be, say, do, and create, because that's what you do, okay? That's what you do, all right? And then it goes away. But you can also use, again, tools like sage to help get the caca off of you, okay? So, and then what happened when I was driving I started to drive down the road. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with me? I'm thinking all these thoughts. Am I sick? I'm like, what is going on? So what do? I bring it right to source. Everything you do, you bring right to source. Source, God, love energy, whatever you want to call it. Know that it's the highest form of love energy that exists. And that's where you're bringing it to clear, heal, and change all the stuff that doesn't work for you. Story of my life, all right? It took me many years and many lifetimes to get to this place. But my job is to help everybody. And I'm kind of like, all right, God, if this is what we're supposed to do, then let's do it, okay? So this is where we're at with this. So I'm driving down the road, and then I realized, because I'm like, God, what is this? Is this stuff for me? Whose stuff is this? Boom. Spirit's like, oh, they show me a vision in my head. It's this guy's energy. And I'm like, okay, clear, heal, and change me from that, God, because this is not working for me, all right? So this is all about picking up energy from other people. Here's another example. My sister every morning will in the past had habits and patterns where she goes to the 7-Eleven. She likes their coffee. I'm cool with that. That's great, So she goes and gets coffee. She comes back and suddenly she has really bizarre tendencies that come out of her like, uh-oh, it's my mom. So some of my mom's unwellness, and it's not my mom's unwellness, so to speak, it's just a trigger for the unwellness in her that is like my mother. And when she gets somebody else's caca, like from the 7-Eleven on her, boom, she comes home in the door and she'll be like, all of a sudden she'll be like saying all this crazy shit, like that's unwell. She'll be like, yeah, Lynn, you need to do this and this and this, and you shouldn't do that. And did you do this? And I'll be like, what the hell? And then all of a sudden we look at each other and we smile. Shit, you need to sage. We need to clear this, So that's what you do. Sage, clear, and heal. Change it all. Ask God to change it. Use your sage, use your stones. Get the stuff off of you. The second you don't realize, or you realize there's a change in your personality, a change in you. You go from the normal, happy, spiritual being that you are to something that's less than that. No matter how scary it is. You may lash out at somebody. You may have nasty thoughts. You may get strange visions or be tormented by stuff. But or you can also feel their physical stuff as well. And some people feel their physical pains, their physical aches. There's times when you will do that as an empath when you're attached to, or you have attachments or connector cords to family members. Like when something's bad or unwell, or something bad is happening to your daughter or your kid, or they're at school and they're having a hard time, and you pick up on that energy, or something is threatening them and you pick up on that energy. That's all part of your empathic gifts, okay? So all of these things are gifts of the empath, all right? And they're also, as you can see, I talked about a lot of the tormenting ones because they can be tormenting if you allow them to be. The first thing you do is ask God, what the hell is this? They will tell you straight up, and if you don't understand, you ask God that you do. And you ask God to clear, heal, and change it, or love energy to clear, heal, and change it from love, the highest vibrational level in your soul, and all you are, be, say, do, and create in the best way for you and all or something better. Thank you, God, for that for me. Okay. You also, again, sage. You got your stones. You put your stones on. See all my stones and my stuff. These help. Not only do these things assist me, but they also help me on my rings, with my rings, and with magic as well. Magic meaning love energy magic. They help me connect to different dimensions, different spaces within my soul, and different worlds, so to speak, with magic. So all different stones and healing energy as well. They connect you with. So and all these gifts within yourself. They're all part of your gifts. Okay, so while they don't do the work for you, they're a catalyst and they help and assist you. Okay, so these are the tools that you can take with you right now about saging and the importance of knowing about being an empath, picking up the main purpose here was that you see that you pick up other people's unwell. So you'll do this too, like I said, when your family members are sick or somebody's sick, you'll feel their stuff, so be very wise of energy, because it can get on you, and the higher you vibrate, the more gifted you become, the more stuff can get on you as you learn and go through this process. But you have all the tools right here within inside of you to make it the best it can be for you and not miserable or traumatic. It's up to you. If you want to work with God or love energy, that's what I teach. That's what I do. That's what I suggest with everybody. And that's what I'm teaching here. So you can either do it this way or you can do it some other way. But this is the fastest, quickest, easiest way, is just to work with spirit, all the time, as much as you can. It's kind of like, you have a sister or mother or brother and you talk to them on the phone. It's just like talking to God all the time. That's what you do. You want to be the greatest you can be. That's how you do it. Okay? That's how I do everything. And this is how we change the world. It's not that anything else that you're doing is unwell. It's just it's all part of the spiritual process. You will know what's best for you by how it feels in your heart. Okay? And what I teach is the fastest, quickest way there. And it's what Christ did. It's about working with love energy. Christ was a love energy prophet. Has nothing to do with religion. It's about love. Working with love energy that is God within you and all the time, and with your soul. Okay? So those are tips and tools to help you get out of this crazy unwell, and know when you're picking up on other people's shit, when you are not yourself, and you've been to a bunch of places or a few places or around one person or a bunch of people, or somebody who's in a shitty mood that's in your family, or you're near somebody who's sick, or you're in a hospital, a courtroom, the Walmart, you're picking up vibrational energy. Okay, or energy, and it's affecting vibrational energy. That's what it is. It's all energy. So it's affecting you. Okay, so you will know, especially by how you act, how you feel, all that's going on with you, thoughts, visions, feelings, emotions, all of that will tell you exactly what's going on. And if you're confused, again, talk to spirit, love energy, use all these tools and techniques that you learned tonight to clear, heal, and change it. And I think that's it for today. And if any of you guys want to work with me, you can reach me on my website, www.lynreneemcdonald.com. Okay, as well as you can keep on learning here from me as well. And we have a shopping center in Virginia Beach, Virginia, which is here where I am tonight, although I'm at my house now. Okay, so but you can come there and see us. You can set up an appointment. I work via Skype, over the phone, video phone. Okay, so thank you so much, you guys, and take care. And if you haven't shared my videos and got people to subscribe, please do. Feel it in your heart. Only do things that you feel from your heart and love, okay? All right. Take care. Have a great night, and be free of people's unwell. Thanks. Bye-bye.